All right, so to do the final test. All right, so to do the final test. Hey, hey, sounds like we are up and running. Let me add the chat. All right, well, welcome back to the live stream. We are again. Let me see. Let me pull it up a little bit over. All right, crazy couple of days. Let's see. This is an hourly chart. Let me pull up a daily chart. Daily chart. Look at this insanity. Come on, load up my daily chart all the way. All right, I don't know what's going on there, but look at this. We have had insane, absolutely insane few days. Unbelievable movements in MNQ. So what do we see right now? All right, 15-minute chart. We're going to map out all of our levels. So let's do, this is the volume average high. This is the volume average low. I already had that. And this particular baby right here is our point of control, what it's called. Point of control. That is basically where the majority of the volume has happened by numbers. And our highs. All right, so let's do the right there. That's going to be the top of, let's see, where's my other line? All right, let's get rid of that. That's the support, the ceiling, seemingly. And as it so coincides that the volume average low is also about the support level. All right, so what account are we going to trade? So let's try this one right here. 7984. 7984. We're going to try that. We're going to start with one contract. Risk management. Risk management is the key, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let me take a look at the news. All right, so I'm going to put a short somewhere right up there, about 545. Now, since 730, right there, we climbed from 29,200 all the way to 29,540. So since 730, the market has climbed 345%, right? Is that what did I say about or so? No, that's 180. 29. All right, so we got, let's get rid of all of our notifications, change the local time. I forget I have to do this every time. Thank you, and enable my hotkeys every time. I don't know why it happens. I should already know that. Like that customer who came in I spend thousands of dollars here. You should already know me. Okay. All right. Well, according to Reuters, S&P 500 Nasdaq also set for sharp weekly fall as chip stocks slide. Well, it was a weekly fall. So look at this channel yesterday, ranging from about 29,611 all the way to about 875, let's say. 611 to 875, about 260 point moves up and down until the floor breaks completely and it just shatters all the way down to 29,160. So one contract running right now. We're doing scalpy scalps. All right, so I do have my let's see, was it a yes, I have my take profit ATM set up with, I believe, like 60 points. They're on ticks right now. So 240 ticks in profit and 120. So I think it's 60 points in stop loss, and I believe 120. Double that. So 15-minute chart, we're getting just the main major map of what is going on. 1-minute chart is we're watching the trend as well. And then 15-second chart, I have it set up for high execution. There goes my hour chart. 1 hour chart. So this is your Heikin Nashi candles. Stop loss is going to be about 150 points. That would be. So if you look down at the chart, I have the ATR, which is your average true range indicator. ATR is 113. What that means is that average true average size of a candle on the 15-minute chart is 113 points. Okay. Now, granted, the last 2-3 candles, especially these right here at the open, they always are insanely wild. I mean, look at this. At the open, at 7:30, this first 15-minute candle was from 183 all the way to 371. That's 200-point candle. That's 200-point candle. The next one on Heikin Nashi. Okay, granted, this is Heikin Nashi range. The next candle was 235 all the way to 463. That's another 230 points. And the current candle opened at 342 roughly, and it's gone up as high as 583. So it's another 240 points. Do you see this? The last hour or the last 45 minutes, those three candles averaged out about 230, 245 points. This is insane. So, let's say you're playing your stop losses, and yes, it's true. You want to make sure that you're preserving the capital, but you put the stop loss within even this on 1 minute candle, a 1 minute chart. The average size of the 14 candles, the previous 14 candles, was 59 points. So you put your stop loss at 20 points, most likely you will get stopped out. Simply because of the size of the average size of the candle. So you will get knocked out of the game. So, but again, the take profit target is about 400 and almost 50 points on an ATR, 50-minute ATR of 200. So that's kind of the advised, recommended, or whatever expect. But so let's see if this mapped out level proves true. I mean, it might start climbing all the way up into this no man's land and hit 700-800 point levels. But we are at the key level for support, or I'm sorry, for resistance, which is about 250, 260, right there. I just chose to buy somewhere averaging out between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these candles right here, between these two double tops. So all right, so we were almost 500 points in the red at the start of the session. It just gained, so the market just gained nearly 300 some points. 180, 400 points right here, all the way from the low at 730. That's about 183. We got 410 points or so. That's quite a climb at the open. And what do we have on the news? S&P 500 is little changed with chip stocks weak after half of these news are so far behind of what actually is happening in the live action. Just crazy. Crazy talk. What's happening to petrol prices now is oil is back to pre-Iran war levels. All right, according to BBC. Bloomberg, global tech stocks, chip makers sell off, weighing on U.S. Indexes. Stocks slide as report of OpenAI IPO delay rattles. According to Yahoo. Where do you see stocks slide? At the open. Right now, the tech index, which is NASDAQ, is, yes, it might be 144 points down from yesterday, but man, if you're watching this in the live, it's doing fairly well if you're doing day trading. Musk's Starlink plots become a mobile carrier. Oh, that'll be interesting. Stocks hit session low. This was about 7:27 a.m. Stocks hit session low after UAE issues alert of possible missile threat. All right. Stocks react to hearsays. according to Vance, Iran agreed to establish a direct line between IRGC, Iranian Revolutionary Guard, and U.S. military. I wonder how that's going to work out. All right, Seeking Alpha is giving you advice on how to build a 7.93 yield blueprint for monthly income. Promoting a specific fund. What do you guys think about all the crazy stuff that's going on in New York? I can't believe that the public is given so much credence and ear to the Mad Manny. Is that his name? Mad Manny? I know that's not his name. His name is Mandani. That sounds like a Mad Manny. Because he's a madman. He's a mad commie. Man, don't get me started. You're gonna DePaul. No. Bad time to be in espionage and bad time to be in politics. Although the Clintons are out, so you might be safe there. Because you and I all remember, we're old enough to remember what the crazy lunatic Democrats were doing during the Biden days. Were promoting peace through screaming at people eating a burger at a burger joint. Insane. All right, let's see. Drone shield stock slumped. Russia says it downed almost 700 Ukrainian drones in massive overnight barrage as fuel shortage worsen. Oh, even Russia is experiencing that. Oh, I like this site. The Big Picture. 10 Friday AM reads, Hollywood and big tech are preparing for war. The studios and the platforms circle each other as AI scrambles the economics of content. Fights that will define the next decade of entertainment, the Hollywood Reporter. Bitcoin hits 20-month low as market sentiment sours. Any of you out there have Bitcoin? I've been sitting on a few Dogecoin. You never know what Mr. Musk will do when he establishes his colonies on Mars. Will it be Bitcoin or will it be Musk coin? Will it be Dogecoin? I don't know. Our world's most actively traded digital asset falls below 60,000 from the highest of 120, what, about a year ago? And amid the shift by retail investors to AI-related stock bets, the risk-off mood reaches crypto. Another reminder that Bitcoin trades like the speculative asset it is, not the haven it boosters promised. Gold has erased all of its 2026 gains. What? Gold just took a round trip. Prices dropped below 4,000 a troy ounce Wednesday, back to where they were in early November last year. Investors are losing their taste for the precious metal. The safe haven wobbles at risk appetite, and Fed expectations shift. A neat snapshot of a jittery week in the markets, according to Axios. No, not the gold. All right, SpaceX, OpenAI, and Anthropic, the S&P 500 inclusion question and investment consequences. Damodaran on the index construction puzzle. Woo, woo! I think I'm going to add one more. All right, so that is a bracket. I just got the bracket. Let's see if it'll come down and fill me or it'll stop me out. So automatic setting for execution of stop loss and take profit. Come on. All right, so now this is there is no, man, it broke right through that ceiling. So this is now the support. The support is right there. So theoretically, this is the POC. The point of control is supposed to be the gravitational pull level of all the volume trades that it's supposed to come down to. So, came down to right here about 9 p.m. last night. Went back up about 1:40, 2 o'clock a.m. To this level of volume average high. And then price came back down to the point of control volume level right here by 7:30 or by 7 o'clock this morning. So you can see that pull back. And who knows? I mean, this is a 15-minute chart. So will it come down? But yeah, it might towards the end of the day or towards, 2, 3 o'clock. I don't know. But we really don't want to hold that long before we execute a trade. Although, if you're hunting, you don't go out and start shooting every branch you see moving or every bird you see flutter by. So you're looking for the big move. And I wasn't trading this morning, so this would have been, all of these trades are from last night. But this would have been a big move, right? So on a 1-minute chart, if you open this up and you saw that formation right there, crossovers, and you decided to jump on that, that would have been a big move. From 287 all the way up to 574. That would have been a big, big move. All right, let's see if we get filled in on one of our, I don't know, it'd have to drop 30 extra points. I don't know, maybe. The ATR in a 1-minute chart is 58 points. So the averaging out 58 points per candle. Look at that jump. That candle at 820 jumped from 520 all the way to 664. 140 point candle on 1 minute. What do you say to that? All right, so we got 2 contracts running right now. Come on, you got to fill me somewhere on this one. Yeah, that was quite a move, I have to say. But then we do have a crossover on a 15-second. Will that crossover play out in our favor? Usually that means it's climbing back up. So I don't like the putzing around. Yeah, I don't like that putzing around. Right now, the prices are printing the higher highs, as you can tell, right here. Higher highs. And they are kind of sort of higher lows. That's a 15-second chart. So I do like trading 15-second chart though. It's all right, come on, give me a nice pullback. Give me a nice pullback. Fill me in for those 2. All right, what are we doing on a 15? Still in the no man's land. My stop is about 80 points. And my profit is about 40 points on the added. Heckling from app-wielding bettors is wrecking golf. Betting on golf. Trump's Iran war, the midwife to a renewable energy future. Complex systems. Did I just got filled for one? What? I completely just missed it. I completely just missed what was going on. So I'm still running one, but my ATM trade just got filled. So I'm gonna put my stop right there, and I'm gonna leave my target on. What? Oh, that was beautiful. All right, so I'll take that, and got filled for one again. So this was the support or resistance, however you want to look at, on the 15-second chart. We're gonna map this out. All right, so that's a key level right there. Let's see, what are we doing on a 15 minute? $794. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and review where the levels were before I took that trade. So, all right, 1 minute, kind of putzing around. Where are our key levels? Looks like right there. That's the support, and possibly 630 is going to be our. We're going to put a short. We're going to put a short right there. We'll put one short, and we'll see what happens. Going to be a stop. No, that's our profit. So 30 points only? What? That's a little too let's do 70. 70 is going to be our stop. And this will be our profit. So if it just spikes up, fills me in on that. Okay, so we are pulling through that support. Unless this is the support, maybe. That's your resistance coming up. Broke through, bounced around, but it's not clearly defined. You can tell just kind of putzing around the line and then comes through. And then this becomes another key level. And then we have somewhere right there, that's another key level. So, let me try a short. I'm gonna get a short right here and see if it'll come down to this. No, it did not want that short. All right, so if it hits this resistance, it'll fill me in for one, and then our bracketed ATM order will come on with a stop and a profit. So we'll see how that works out. America's Most Talented Nepo Baby has 2 Michelin stars to prove it. Oh. Mr. E.J. Lesage, son of Emerald, took over his father's famed restaurant. Seemed like the ultimate privilege. 2 Michelin stars later, E.G., just 23 years old, has shocked New Orleans, the food world, and all of Nippon by being the unlikeliest of things, deliciously legit. That is really cool, man. That does not happen very often. Taking over your son's business and being business savvy, but you're not just having to be business savvy. In this particular case, you have to be a good cook, man. Sagrada Familia is a miracle of structural engineering. Still underway in Barcelona after more than 140 years, Antoni Gaudi's vision for an otherworldly church was only made possible by modern construction methods. Bloomberg on the math behind Gaudi's Basilica finally nearing completion. The building is the rare modern monument that improves your faith in long horizon projects, according to City Lab. All right, let's see if it'll get filled as the go. Okay, that's my target, but I think we'll don't. Oh, okay, got filled. All right, we're gonna test another one of those. So let's do. That's our key levels. We're going to cancel all. And let's test this. We're going to test the support levels. They've been hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, almost 14 times. See if we get filled at this support level. And I mean, when it's getting hit that many times, you can expect the floor just break from underneath you. But look at that. Went back up 30 points, 40 points right from the low. So maybe my entry level, this limit order to buy was a little too low. 15. All right, so on a 15-minute chart, let me reload, making sure that we do actually have a decent flow of candles. Sometimes they update, and yep. So, oh, all right, we'll cancel that. That order didn't quite work out. All right, I think I'm gonna put on right there. As soon as it hits that level right there, we are going for a short right at the edge of this volume average high. And see if it'll all right, let me raise this up. Oh, come on. Look at that beautiful candle. I mean, right here. Check this out. That's a regular candles, Japanese candles. Nice, bearishing. Well, that's bearish engulfing, but it's not the whole candle. That doji was so overextended. It's I mean, I would call it an engulfing because of the body size of the previous doji candle and then this particular candle. But you're looking from 601 all the way down to 524 so far. Man, do I try a long here? Do I try a long here? Let's see. Oh yeah. Yep. We're gonna try a long again. Right? There you go. Got filled for one. Let's see if it'll bounce back up, test this support level. But at the same time, that support level has been tested so many times, that floor is bound to break at one. I mean, it's like taking that Thor hammer and beating and beating and beating on it. Something has to give. So look at this 15-minute chart on regular candles. Even though I do use Heikin-Ashi most of the time, and the Heikin-Ashi is printing flat bottom green candles. So the confirmation would come in the next 12 minutes, 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes to see where the trend is going. But I think I might get stopped out right here. I might get stopped out. And I got stopped out, which is okay. So again, testing this support level. Pull up our 15-second chart. We're one on. Ooh, that's 20 points, 10 points. I'm gonna, no. Let's do that right there. Oh, crud. Okay. I think we broke right through this support. That support is tested. So the next level down is going to be this right here. So we're possibly looking at all the way through 50. Going all the way down to 350. Look at this 15-minute candle on regular candle sticks. Yep. I mean, that's a beautiful, from 614 all the way down to 489. 110 points, 120 points. All right, I got to switch back to my 15-second chart. I'm going to put on right there. That's a support level or a resistance. We're going to trail it down. And I got stopped out. All right, so yes, the target is there, but all right, so now we are going to set this as our key level on a 15-second. Right? All right, 1 minute. Where are we going with the 1 minute? Woo, boy. That's all right. I'll say that's probably a key level too, right there. We'll bring that one down. All right, so we'll put on a short right at this level. Man, the 15-minute chart is just dumping it. Look at that. I'm tempted to put on a long right here, which I will, okay? Yeah. All right. So we got one short coming up. One short. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at this move. 15-second chart. 456. That's 60 points. Nearly 60-point move. Whew. All right, 841. That's my stop, and that's my target. And then I had and I think I may get stopped out again. Yep. No, I'm not. Ooh. 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 All right, cancel all of these. And we are. Now I'm gonna chase. I am going to chase. Ooh, boy. 15-second chart. Will you give me a crossover and a pullback? Broke right through this. All right, so my entry level is the resistance now. Look at this. So if it does pull back, I'm looking at 460, 470. All right, so I got two contracts on. Check this 15-minute. Check the 15-minute on regular charts. Check this out. $456 and pulled back up to at 70 points, almost 80 points. All right. Now we're looking at a nice doji candle. All right, I'm quite a bit in the green. I'm going to put my stop right there. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I'll take that little $70 scalpy scalp. Yes, it might have been a little too high, but all right. Oh, let me try some. I'll do one right here. If it'll bounce off the SMA. Just kind of No. Okay, came through the SMA. And I should not be trading without my brackets. Yes, shouldn't be trading without my brackets. All right, come on. And give me a little scalpy scalp there. Come on, hit my target. Hit my target. We're gonna, all right, no matter what, this is going to be a green trade, but I'm kind of hoping it'll come down and hit my target right there. Remember, this is our support level. Don't go. No. I think I'm gonna get hit. Come on, and zap. Got out. Okay. Sure. All right, 15-minute. Let me take a regular. Ooh. Man. All right, we're going to put a short on just because of this key level area. It fills me at I don't know. If you look at the levels, There might be some action going on right there. Or maybe some right there at this. Let's see if we can get filled right there. And then as the crossover, yeah, there you go. Come on, baby. Come on down. Come on, let's go. We got our... Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this. Man. Okay, let's see. What are we looking at? About 540. About 540. Put on another short at 540. We'll add on. If not, maybe it'll ride down to where did we map this out? Okay, so we did map out this target because look at this, how many times this 445 has been hit. The 445 level has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times has been hit. So this is, but it's a valley. It's a no man's node or whatever they call that. So it's a valley where as soon as it comes down into the section, price either bounces off or goes. All right, are you gonna get me? Gonna fill me in for another one? Are you gonna fill me in for another one? Maybe 550. Maybe 550. Right there. 547. That looks like a key level. Or a key level. There's a lot of volume there. So my entry was at fairly decent volume on the volume profile. We just need to watch this play out. And I got filled for another one. All right, what does our Heikin Nashi candles look like? All right, so this is a major reversal trend. Oh, should I add another one? 30 points. 15-minute ATR is 122 points. So, I don't know, man. 30 points above. If that price knocks another 100 points, that's quite a bit to risk. So I might just sit on my hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very tempted to do this. Okay, not going to do that. Not going to do that. We've got a crossover about to happen on the 15-minute chart. 1 minute. Nice pull bounce on the 1 minute. Come on down to the target. Why is my target there? My target is there because on the 15-minute chart, I have a key level. And because every 15-minute candle is 123 points, this is very likely to hit. 47 points on a 1-minute candle. The last 14 candles have been about 47 points averaging out. All right, so we'll see what happens. Quite extended wick and leg on this particular candle. Nope. And we got a flat bottom green forming. So that's a sign that it will be climbing up. Where is my... I'm looking for a crossover. Chasing that baby. All right, 3 contracts I need to get out of this. I don't know if it's going to hit my target on a 15-minute, but 15-second, possibly. This is the key level right here at about 470. 1 minute. Yeah. All right. Nice doji on the Aikinashi. Flat bottom candle. Reversal. We got crossover. It didn't quite climb up all the way in the Bollinger Band for a major reversal. So I'm looking to all right, I'm looking to set my stop and just trail it down. Okay. If I get stopped, I get stopped. All right, so it's a $200 and 170 bucks, 165 bucks. I'll take that. I will take that. Okay, will it continue down? Let's see. Let's buy the bounce and sell on the pullback. Let's test the old and trusted. All right, so we just bought on the bounce. And let's see if we sell it on the pullback. We'll trail it down on the pullback. Come on. That's too tight of a stop. It is really too tight of a stop. 30 bucks. There you go. 20 bucks, 25 bucks. 25 bucks. All right, 1 minute, 15 minute. What is going on? The overall 15-minute chart shows we are looking at the reversal of the trend. That's the major picture so far. Okay. Take a look at the regular candles. Look at this squeeze. Wow. I'm gonna try a long right here. I'm gonna try a long. Get filled for a long. Hopefully it'll test. Oh, come on. Come on, give me a little pullback and then so we can sell on the bounce. Now I'm just playing the candles. That is the strategy. Playing the candles. I was going to move it down to the bottom of that candle, but all right, switch to the 15-second chart. See if we got. All right, that's going to be and froze. Most likely stop. No. All right, let's go. Let's go. 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20, 40 bucks. There's no way it's going to go all the way to my target. I got stopped. All right, get out of that one. So 15-minute. All right, we're going to try a short. We're going to try a short right there. I know that's crazy, but I'm buying that at the low of that particular candle and on the crossover. On the crossover, 15-minute crossover. That would be my target, and that would be my stop. Nope. you go. I'm in. I'm in for one. All right, let's see if our... Look at the bulls. The bulls just gave up all of this profit. So, hey, I'll take that. No matter what, this is going to be a green trade, even though it's... don't stop me out. Oh, I got stopped out. But... boy. Look at that fluctuation of prices. Key level. We're going to do... put a short on at a key level right there. So my entry is actually the key level all across the last few minutes. So I may got stopped out, or it'll test the support one more time. Ooh, that's a crossover. We got a nice... shoot. Shoot. Yeah. Come on down. Test this. Right here. I'd say very likely for a 40-point move down to this support right here, if not even lower. Okay. 15 second. Come on, 15 second. Trust it, 15 second. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, come now. Look at that. Usually, very often you see this crossover. The shorts get squeezed, and they hit their stops out. And 5 points. I don't want to set my stop so tight that I just get clocked out for $5. The commission on that alone probably would be more. All right. So we're coming up on 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. 15 second. Where are we sitting on the 15-second chart? All right. We got our nice red double leg and wick candle. I'm going to drop my target slightly. Somewhere right there. That crossover hasn't quite happened yet. What if we put it all the way into this node? No man's land. Valley right here. Yeah, the volume as far as that node goes, it kind of runs right through it. So, all right, we got 30 seconds left. Let's see what happens in 30 seconds. Might get stopped out. Might come down a little bit more. Today's Friday. Hopefully there are no major news happening on Take Profit Trader. Oh, it doesn't matter because these are eval accounts. These are not test accounts. All right, so we're coming up on just 1 hour of trading. Let's see. Nice red candle just formed. 15 second. And let's go. What are you doing? Up and down, up and down. Nope. I don't like this choppiness. Look at the 1 minute candles. The last ones, they're all choppy. Very choppy. So crossover on the moving or the stochastic. The crossovers on the 1 minute for moving average is really choppy. Just unhealthy. Yeah. Prescription medication unhealthy. And then looking at And looking at the 15 minute, all right. How's everybody's day going? So far, I have passed eval and just doing dummy trades on one of them. And if I can walk away with all of these in healthy profits, I think that would be a good day. But if I don't roast any of these accounts today, I'll be a happy camper. So, any updated news? OpenAI is reportedly delaying its IPO. Here's when call sheet traders think it will announce. Nasdaq slips as tech sell-off deepens. Well, slightly, but it did pull up from yesterday. According to MarketWatch, this imminent SpaceX development could make the stock even more volatile. SpaceX is set to be added to the Russell 1000 after Friday's close, and it could join other major indices in the days ahead. What? Dude. Don't you wish you were born Elon Musk? No. SpaceX is set to be added to a major index after the market closes on Friday, which will force some passive funds to buy billions of dollars worth of the stock. Oh, man. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. The Russell 1000 will add SpaceX to its ranks as part of the FTSE Russell rebalancing scheduled for Friday, while it normally would have taken much longer for SpaceX, which had its initial public offering on June 12th, to become eligible for inclusion. The index provider, are you going to stop me out? Had earlier adjusted its rules to allow select newly public companies to be fast-tracked after as few as 5 days of trading. Dude, SpaceX is not just any other company. So today, SpaceX is down 9 cents, trading at $152.87 per share. And the market cap is a $2.2 trillion. So yes, Elon Musk is still a trillionaire today. No, all right, I just corrected that. It has dropped down to 152.61. 152.62. Okay. So, can you imagine how much more money that will add to SpaceX coffers and Mr. Elon Musk's overall portfolio when they add that to Russell 1000 today? Apparently, it's not just any retail trade. It is scheduled. Let's see. What do they say? They're passive funds. The passive funds will be buying up billions of dollars of the stock. So it's not actively trading retail traders like you and I, but passive funds will be buying up. So that's automatically added billions of dollars of worth to the stock. So really cool. Okay, so we are in the green. So I'm going to put my stop and trail it down for some profit. All right. Oh, tell me you're going to reach my target all the way at 452. Come on. I mean, I have to trail it down as a stop just in case it, and I got stopped out. All right, close all the trades out. So 1 minute. Crossover in 1 minute. And 15 minute, what does 15 minute look like? Another crazy looking candle. So that's pretty cool news for Mr. Musk, I have to say. All right, so we'll try a short right here. No, it's going to be maybe a long. Let's see if it'll do a bounce right here. All right, got filled for one. Let's see if it'll just a small bounce up to maybe. All right, stop me out. And I got stopped out. Just a short bounce. All right, let's see if it'll get. All right, filled in. So why did I buy there? Because of this particular level that's being tested. That is why. But we do have the crossover, as you can tell, on the moving average or the momentum. The momentum is printing it actually has. So if it comes up to, let's see if it'll test this volume. There's a volume peak right here. That's pretty high. Let's see if the institutional algos will defend that. And we'll bring the price down a bit from that. And we'll punish some of the longs. I don't know. We'll see. The formation of all these candles points to the downtrend. You know what I don't have is I don't have the Bollinger Band on this. So let's put Bollinger. Hey, come on. Oh, crying out loud. All right, so that did test. Okay. Oh man, what in the world? I should have put that stop there a little bit earlier. But do you see where now our level is for point of control? Our point of control has moved up all the way, so now this is the majority of the volume that's happening. The majority of the volume is happening right there. What are we doing on that line? Crossover on that, and I'll be right back. All right. What did I miss? Ooh, nice. Nice move. We're going to try a long. Why? Because of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 times this key level has been hit on a 15-minute chart. Okay. Our stop is right here. And our profit target. All right, 15-minute just hit. Ooh, come on. I think I'm going to get stopped out. Ah. Yeah. Shoot. Ideally, if you're a good, disciplined trader, you would be getting out when your stops are hit. That is one thing that I'm trying to work on, is getting out of my stops. I'm not very good at it. That is when I roast most of my accounts roasted were because I did not get out on my stops. All right, let's see. Haikinashi, what are you forming here? I mean, this is the level. That is the level. All right, go back up. Do contracts and get stopped out. Yes. Okay. Whew. That was okay. It's time to switch accounts because on an eval, you gotta get out of this. On an eval, I do have the limit of how much you can make, which is $1,500. So we're gonna switch to the next one down, and we will try a short right there. There you go. Man, look at that jump. 414 all the way to 5. It's 100 points. 100 points in 3 candles, in 3 minutes. So you're talking a freight train. My standing in front of the freight train. We got a crossover on the 1 minute momentum. Possibly working on a crossover on the moving averages. Yes, it did bounce off of the Bollinger Band. So this would have been the place to buy a long. All right, let's see if I can do a scalpy scalp here. 1. Okay. Don't do that. It's going to be very, very small scalp if it that was a very small scalpy scalp. All right, what are we doing on? Let's see. 1 minute, 15 minute. Testing that. I'm gonna buy another short. Why? Because it's kind of testing the downtrend. We still have a downward momentum. They are not really flat top red candles. So, but I mean, look at this. We did jump, or we did pull back from 580 all the way down to 412, 410. That's 160, 170 points. It's a 170 point pullback. I'm afraid I'm gonna get stopped out. Do I? All right, so, I put my stop above this key level right here. We're going on an hour and 20-minute live stream right now. All right, $30. Should we do a scalpy scalp? Come on, don't do that. And gotta filled in for a scalpy scalp. All right, and do the try it out. Buy the bounce, sell the pullback. Come on, give me the pull. That's not the pullback I was looking for. High frequency trader. All right, come on. One of these days we'll have a chat about high frequency trader algos that hunt those that constantly just keep the finger on the trigger. And all right, we got a crossover on the 15-second chart. What are we doing on the 1 minute? 1 minute, we have the all right, I'm gonna get rid of these because they're not part of that bracketed order any longer. We stopped that one out. All right, so we got nice green candles formed. What in the blue blazes? Where's the key level on this 1 minute chart? Maybe right here. That might be the support, the ceiling. We'll put 542. We can put a 542. I'll put another on. Man. Woo boy. So I am chasing it now. I am really chasing it now. 4 contracts. I don't want to hold 4 contracts. I do not want to hold 4 contracts. Come on, get me out of this trade. Look at this 1 minute. I mean 15 minute. A 15 minute, 410, 409, 152 points. 152 points. You cannot make this stuff up. You really cannot make this stuff up. Man. So there we go. I think the algos are squeezing these shorts. And, yeah, I feel it. Woo, boy. I have to get out of that. That was not pretty. All right, so this is rage trading, trying to reclaim that money lost. Man. So I just gave up all those profits I had. Look at this candle. Look at this candle move. 409 all the way to 582. It's 180 points. 180 freaking points. You cannot make this stuff up. You absolutely cannot. That's why it's quite a challenge to trade live trade, because you cannot hide these trades, man. They're right there for you. Come on. So I got 12 contracts. 12 contracts open. Let's go. Drive this down. Don't stop me out. Do not stop me out. Crud. All right. Where are we at? Okay, we regained some of it. Woo! I think we're gonna put on another short contract. That's 180 stinking points. Now, do the Haikinashi. I mean, look at this. Look at this. After a pullback, the previous candle pulled back from 553 all the way down to 120 points. This candle pulls back 120 points and all the way down to 408. And then it just spikes from 408 all the way to 582. It's 174 points. 174 points. It's insane. Can you tell I'm a little irritated? Yeah. All right, we got a crossover on the momentum. Flat top, a red candle. If we stick it out, nope. All right, so emotions out of the way. We're going to get our stop set right there above the highs. because that is where the shorts get squeezed, is right above the highs. Like I just got. I have to get in on a short here. I don't know what the heck is going on. But I'm roasting this account. Right now, I'm rage bait trading it. Get rid of all of my freaking targets. Let's go, Elon Musk. All right, take a break. Take a break. Ooh, it is hard not to get emotional or not to get psychological trap. That is a psychological trap, man. So we're at the high level. How far will it pull back? I have no idea. Okay, 5 contracts on. Come on. Give it to me. Will you come down to 575? That's 30 points. That would be super nice. Okay, no matter what, this is... Yep, that was no matter what, did not quite work out. Come on, hit my target. Hit my target. All right, 1. 2. And I got stopped out. Good night. What just happened? Leon Black decries vicious narrative, blah, blah, blah. Best investment in Morgan Stanley Goldman shares fall on possible OpenAI IPO delay. Whoo! That was something. Okay, so what are we doing here? Should we try a long? Should we try a long right there? Now, we have just raised the floor, the ceiling, I mean. I'm in for one. Those are the levels for closed candles on the previous 3 candles. I mean, if that's a major pullback again from 657, and if it goes any further down, you're talking another 100 points. You're talking another 100-point pullback. Guys, what is this nonsense? Right, my stop is 30 points. On a 1-minute chart, that's 44 candle ATR or ATR candles. So I am well within the stop, so I may get stopped out. And stopped out. No, not yet. But it's a downward trend. I would be surprised if I did not get stopped out right now. So look at this. We're looking at, all right, switch to my 15-second chart and see if there is a crossover run. Possibly right up to this level and get my profit. I doubt it's going to hit that profit again. Okay. You can never tell. You can never tell. That's 30 points right there. Probably should have closed it out for this little tiny scalpy scalp for about 10 points. But I should work on controlling my emotions and not getting into the way of the trade once I set my bracketed order on, which I have violated that several times already in the last half hour. But that is what I am trying to work on. There you go. All right, well, all right, that's my break even. I'll raise that to a little bit. That's only 5 points, 6 points, 10. Come on. So I lost quite a bit of this account earlier when that trade went against me quite a bit. And I kind of waited, instead of getting out of it at $150, $200, I waited quite a bit longer than I needed to. So 5 points, 4 points, and stopped out. All right. Okay, 15-minute chart shows that this is 650. We're going to put on it at 650. All right, we'll put on a short at 650. Will the shorts get squeezed? Maybe. Maybe. All right, what is our Heikinashi looking like? Yeah. Check this out. 407 back all the way up to 668. That's 261 points. 261 points. All right, did I get stopped out yet? No, I'm afraid I will get stopped out. Don't touch. Don't touch. 30 points. 30 points stop on a 15-minute. All right, we'll make it a 40-point stop. All right, 40-point stop. Will it be a 60? That's a 40-point, 590, 60-point profit. What a candle. What a candle. Excuse my shoving my breakfast down. Lawmakers call for investigation into deceptive advertising by Polymarket. So you have to see what happened today. All right. The market at 7:30, right here, hit as low as 184. 184. So we were 500 points nearly in the red at the open today, or overnight. And it just shot up in the last 2 hours all the way 500 points, which is crazy. On what news? On what? Somebody says, well, why did the market drop? Why did the market go up? Because there are more buyers than sellers, or vice versa. There are more sellers than buyers. All right, let's see. Will it give us a little pullback down to this support level? So this is the support level right here. Right here. Do you see that? Market the market maker. Please make note of that and respect the levels. Why can't you respect the levels? Why can't you trade within the lines? All right, so what are we doing on our crossover on the 1 minute chart? We did overextend on the Bollinger Band. Look at that. It did climb the Bollinger Band. But it's a steady climb. Look at this. It's a nice, steady climb. It's a nice, steady climb. There's no... We'll map it out. This was... We already had a line there. Right here. That hit below. This became the floor. Get rid of that. So that became the floor. This was the ceiling for a while. It broke through the ceiling, became the floor for a little bit. Do I want to add one contract? I'm running one contract. Just curious if I want to add. Oh, they say that losers add to losers and winners add to winners using that, but I'm going to be the loser and I'm going to add to losers. That's quite an admittance. Quite an admittance. That is how I've roasted all of my accounts that have been roasted, is by adding to the losers. So let's see what this climb will do. I mean, we're 9:45 coming up on the hour. The last words that they ever heard him say was, I'm plenty green on the account. 30 points. Going on 30 points. I'm going to add another one. The algos are squeezing the shorts. Look at this bounce. Pull back. Bounce. All the way from 646 up to 709, 710. That's 60 points. 65 points, 64 points, 66 points. Come on, crossover. Respect the level, man. Come on, Marky. All right, what are we doing on... Look at this. Just nice and steady climb. Nice and steady climb all along the higher highs and lower lows. Higher highs and lower lows. So I am counting on just a pullback. Just a pullback, get out of the position. That's what I'm counting on. Because if the 15-minute chart pulls back on regular candles, pulls back somewhere to this level, then we're looking at a nice winner. Okay, and sometimes they do, but you might get 3 crows, right? 3 red, whatever they call that, the 3 soldiers, I'm sorry. When it's green candles or 3 soldiers. But a lot of times after a nice green run up, you'll see a smaller bearish piercing, which this is happening right now. So we'll do our 5 candles. No matter what, it's a green trade. I don't care. I got my green trade, a small bearish, and I got stopped out. Beautiful. Sure, I'll take that. Coming up on 2-hour chat on stream, we're going to be getting out pretty quick here. 15 more minutes, and no matter what, we'll close the live stream. Let's see. 15-second pullback. It might be a turnaround right at this level. We're going to do 60. We're going to buy one at the 60 level. Or 61. Sure. All right, 61. Might come all the way down to fall through. You just don't know. But the reason I bought that is because it's a major level. It's looking like a level. And that's going to be my target. What did I tell you about the bearish piercing after a nice run? Yep, it's a thing. All right, did our VAL move up? Yes, it's our VAL. Broke through the VAL. Let me see if it's going to test the VAL. I'm going to buy one more. There you go. Test the VAL. What just happened? That was not where the VAL was. The VAL just readjusted itself, went all the way up to the top. So now we are in the middle of no man's land. Rid of that. So to make any money, honey, need a little bounce. Need a little bounce. See if it'll test the ceiling up here. Nope. Not testing anything. I am. My entry level is actually at the ceiling. Okay, let's see if he'll nope. Come on. Come on, you got a nice crossover on the moving averages. Not quite a crossover on the momentum, but let's go with this. This is dawdle in the middle. You don't want to be dawdling in the middle, but you should be waiting for either touching the upper or lower Bollinger Band. So, yes, the guess is it's probably going to pull all the way back down to the Bollinger Band. Lower. Yes, just like it's doing. Man, look at this. Look at this piercing. We're going to adjust VAL all the way up. All right. Let's see. How far will you climb? Will it be a decent bounce or just a tease? Just a tease. That'd be cool if it formed like a hammer. If it formed a nice hammer up here on this candle, that would be terrific. Now that's regular candles. Let's see what's going on in Heikinashi. We've got a crossover on the momentum. Now our point of control still stayed the same, even though... What in the world? What in the world? I mean, what a dump. 70 points, just like that. I mean, more than that. 554. That's 100 points. 100 points in seconds. All right, let's roast this. Let's roast this account. I have to come up and I have to do this. Crossover in 1 minute. Pull it back up. Come now, let's go. Switch to my 15-second. I got 4 contracts. All right, this is going to be a green trade no matter what. Stop me out for a scalpy scalp, even if it's 60 bucks. I'm gonna take this off the off the books, and I got stopped out. What in the world was that? All right, we are 8 minutes away from the hour. Okay, and yes, get rid of that one. What a pullback. Look at this. Look at this pullback. Now that is something. We're gonna try a long right at this level. Why that level, you ask? Well, it's testing the lows of this particular candle, the 15-minute. So SMA moving down. Crossover on a 15-second. Momentum is down. Short bounce maybe up to this level. Come on, short bounce for a scalpy scalp. Come now. Did you see what happened? You put an order on the books right here. So I put my order on the books. As soon as I took it off, I know okay. I am a drop in the ocean. I'm a tadpole among the biggest of the whales you can think of. So my position does not fluctuate the market in whatsoever. I just end up standing in the way of the whales and get swallowed up. All right, so that was scalp is scalp. 5 minutes left until the hour. Let's see if we'll get this section tested for right here. That's a good key level. All right, I got filled for one. Get stopped out at 17, or it'll come down all the way. And most likely get stopped out. Nice green candles pushing up the price on, yep, got stopped out. All right, 1 minute. What are we on a 15-second chart? Looking for a formation of the crossover candles. See if we can take that 40 bucks back. All right, I'm in for one. Looking for, no. What did I say about that 15-minute chart? Hammer. Look at this. It's trying to form that hammer. That'd be something if it pulls up right back up to this level right here. You know what we're going to do? We're going to add another one. Right at that key level. Let it form a hammer. Let it form a hammer. Our Haikinashi. Three minutes left till the hour. 10 o'clock. Whew, excuse me. Now, if we did get filled, see this right here? This is not my target right now. This is the prospective target, because if I got filled at 63, this is where the profit target would have been. But I did not get filled. So right now I'm actually at 611. No, 610. That's my position. And I bought that 610 because this was the key level, and so I was kind of projecting that the institutions would defend this line as the price was moving up from 531 all the way to 70 points. Now we're looking at that as the floor, and the institutions are now protecting this against the shorts. So we'll see if in just 30 seconds what happens. 10 o'clock, maybe nothing will happen. So our point of control has not changed yet. So we possibly are looking to gain some momentum coming down to the point of control, but maybe towards the end of the day. I'm looking at 15-minute chart. So, all right, let's see. Switch to 15 seconds. Let's see what happens on, there you go, 10 o'clock, and nothing happens. We got crossover on the momentum. Will it possibly pull back down to this level? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe even 560. I'll take that 40-point move if it happens. Okay. All right, scalpy scalp. This is going to be, there you go. Oh, I did say I was going to be closing the chat, didn't I? $10 o'clock. 2-hour stream is more than plenty for what I was doing today. So it's going to be my last trade, folks, and we're going to be out of it. All right, 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, beautiful move, beautiful move. You would have not predicted any of this. If you bought right here at 359, you would have been about 300 points in the green. But boy, if you decided to buy the bottom, most likely on like a 30-minute chart, even that 30-minute chart, I don't know. So possible crossover on a 30-minute chart. All right, so another scalpy scalp. No matter what, it's going to be a green trade. I know I have the profit set up, but too high. That's too high. So will you come down to this level, please? Break even. Call it a break even. We're going to make it a break even. And I got stepped off for break even. Should have taken my scalpy scalp there. All right, I'm gonna take that scalpy scalp. These are done. These are done. 1-minute chart. Printing red candles. Map it out. Right there, map that out. Crossover momentum to the downside. What are the key levels right here? Yes, that's a key level. We'll map it out. All right, key level, key level. All across. All across. That is our key level. So looking for a rejection somewhere up here and possibly a pullback somewhere down to this level. Rejection doesn't happen, breaks through, comes down to about 705. 705, maybe 710. Tests about 540 at 60 points. That would have been a nice move, 60 points. All right. We're still looking at 132 points on ATR and a 15-minute chart. All right, so let's switch to the 15-second. We do have a nice scalpy scalp, right? Come on. I'm just gonna trail it down. Stop me out for a scalpy scalp. There you go. All right, good point too. Look at that, nice and even. 800 bucks. All right, we'll call it good. Thanks, guys. Went a little bit longer than I wanted to. But here we go. We'll see you next week. This was fun. If you have any questions, if there's anything that stuck out or you went, all right, man, I have no idea why you're doing this. You got any feedback? I'd love to see that in the comments. And of course, cheers to all. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Find something that you can do that betters your soul. If you go to church, read some Bible, interact with some good friends, love on your family. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.